You up?
Yeah.
All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, all glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, HaKakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and salutations to all you brothers out there preaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth with truth and sincerity in your hearts and for the love of the gospel. I'm the brother Shemariah.
The brother Iowa.
Coming to you from the Great Millstone branch of Gary, Indiana. All right, with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be about suffering, man. You know, but the suffering that we go through is not necessarily, well, it is necessarily for the kingdom of heaven. We have to go through suffering for the kingdom of heaven, but we also have to remember we're suffering for our iniquities, man. We're suffering for our iniquities that we do in the past life. We're suffering for our iniquities that we do in this life, you know? And it's our reasonable service, Brakatah, bro. It's our reasonable service to do so. You know, even if there were no reward, you don't get rewarded for breathing. You know what I mean? You don't get rewarded for what you're supposed to do. The Lord is just that gracious that He's just gonna find it acceptable in His heart to reward us for what we're supposed to do, like a righteous Father. You know. But without further ado, go ahead, bro. Just grab the first.
Amos 3:1.
Go ahead.
It says, "Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore I punish you for all your iniquities."
And this is something that I didn't realize before. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Mm-hmm. So these other nations commit iniquities too, man. These other nations commit atrocities, especially on the Lord's people. They don't get punished. Why? Because the Lord, they are none of the Lord's. They are bastards.
Yep.
You know, we're getting punished for our iniquities because the Lord is trying to let us know, like, look, man, I need you to do right, so you can stop. Well, so you can stop being punished, so you can receive correction, so you won't go through the day of Jacob's trouble the way the 2/3 are going to go through. But 2/3 of our people are not going to listen. You know, the first verse of that chapter, 2/3 ain't gonna listen to that, because it said what? Hear this word, the Lord speak against you, O children of Israel. But you know what? Guess what I'm saying?
If I may have said the whole family that I brought up the land of Egypt, meaning that the first go around He brought everybody out. But what happened? They was murmuring, right?
They didn't want it.
They didn't want it.
They ain't fucking want it.
So this go around, the Lord's not coming back for everybody. And then backing up what the elder said, out of him saying, "You only have I known," right? The Lord only made a covenant with us, with the land of Israel. He didn't make a covenant with all these other nations.
Yep.
So why would He go and punish these other nations if they're not underneath the covenant, underneath the law?
Exactly. Why would He punish them for their iniquities? First of all, they can't commit iniquity. He's going to punish them because we're in rulership. Because that's what you do when you're in rulership. You just have tributaries, you know. But that's neither here nor there, you know. But it's important to understand that, you know. But we're going to focus on, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Because we're suffering for the kingdom of heaven, yes. But we're also suffering because we sinned against the Lord, you know. Just like Yahweh Shai suffered because he sinned against the Lord in past lives. Because he walked the earth and was an unblemished lamb. He was perfect, you know. But when he's suffering for what he did as Adam and when he did as Solomon, you know, in his previous carnations, you know. But go ahead and grab that.
Micah. Micah 7:9 says, "I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against Him."
Because I have sinned against Him, I will bear. You got the blue letter? Oh no, you got the blue letter. That word "bear." Look at that word "bear." It should mean NASA, 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 right?
Hold on.
Let me see. On my Wi-Fi. Oh, I ain't got Wi-Fi. Hold on.
Yeah,
NASA. That's where they get the word NASA from. To rise, or to lift up. But they're lifted up in pride. But we're lifting up the indignation that we're suffering from. Because why? Because we sinned against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We sinned against the hope of our fathers.
Yep.
You know, we sinned against our hope. So let me see. Put it up on the screen for edification. Nasa, bear. I will bear. Nasa. Go ahead. Read the.
Oh, my bad. Let me pull it back up. Because it was saying to live, to bear.
To live, to bear. Like what it say in Jeremiah 10 said, they are idols. They cannot walk. They must needs be born. Mm-hmm. They had to be carried. It said one cut off a tree down out of the forest. And he said they cannot have neither eyes to see, nor ears to hear, nor mouth to talk, no legs to walk. They must be carried, must needs to be born. So they're carrying idols to worship. We're carrying our affliction. Because we understand I deserve this. That's part of having integrity, man. That's how we know that the elect won't take a bag. The elect won't stray from the Lord willingly. Yeah. The elect won't do certain things that go against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because we understand that for us to be stand-up men, to be stand-up guys, to be part of the elect, we got to be men. And we gotta own up to what we have done. Just like Yahushua owned up to it. Although it's going to be hard to do that. It's going to be hard, man. If it was easy, then it wouldn't be worth fighting for. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. You have something?
Let me get this definition first.
Mm-hmm.
It says to lift, bear up, carry, take. To lift up. It says to take away, carry, forgive. To be born, be carried.
To be born, to be carried, to lift, take up. So we're going to uplift the... Man, we're going to be like, the Wadi Habba, like what it said when he got thrown in prison. The Wadi Habba Shem Yahushua, for we're suffering for righteousness' sake.
If I may, because why? It's showing that the Lord is working with you.
Yep.
He said that every children that he received, he chastised.
He has to,
yeah. If you without chastisement, you're a
bastards,
bastard.
not sons.
Right,
so
and it says all go through chastisement. You got it.
All go through chastisement. Yeah, the heathens go through chastisement too. Just not right now. They chastisement gonna be what? In our power. You know? And their affliction is gonna be when we get the dominion.
All right.
But that was it to that. Because it means just lift up, bear, to carry. Go ahead.
It says, Micah 7:9 from the top.
Mm-hmm.
I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
And I shall behold his righteousness, man. When are we going to behold his righteousness? When we're beamed up. When we get delivered out of the oncoming destruction that America is destined for. You know? It said, I'm going to continue, right? I'm going to continue to lift up. I'm going to continue to carry this burden. You know? Because the scripture says, or what Yahushua said, what? He said, he that taketh not his cross daily and worship me is not worthy of me. Mm-hmm. That cross is a representation of what? Burdens, man. You know? And then that's why we have a body, a brotherhood. We bear each other's burdens. You know? So it said until, right? So we're going to keep doing that until he plead my cause. When is he going to plead our cause? When he comes back and visits the earth. You know, that's when he's going to plead our cause. He's going to execute vengeance for us. Because why? Vengeance belongs to the Lord. He will surely repay. It says he will bring me forth to the light, which is what? The knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Bring us up. Have us know that who we are. Have us know how to be delivered. Mm-hmm. How to call upon the true name of the living power. It says, and I shall behold his righteousness. When are we going to behold his righteousness? When we get delivered, man. We're actually going to see how Yahweh shall look.
Mm-hmm. What? But yeah, he was doing that now because he says, I will gather them from all the nations I have scattered them, right? And I will pour my spirit upon all men. That's right. So the Lord, he's pouring his spirit upon us now, and that's how we're getting the name. That's how we're getting back into this light. He's making us sober-minded.
That's it.
Right? But as we're going through all of these different things, he's also bringing us through that straight gate, right? And that's how we're bearing our cross, man. We're going through all of these different sufferings, right? To really see, are you going to serve the Lord throughout all of these different things, man? Are you going to keep your integrity?
Yep. Who is for me and who is not? That's what the sufferings is for, man. Who are all those for me and who are not? You know, it's to prove, to show who's going to be for the Lord, who's going to hold their integrity to the end, to death. Mm-hmm. You have something?
No, I can wait. You got it.
No, what you got?
It was back at the beginning of that part, which I had quoted that Judges. I'm gonna get it. Notification.
10, 11.
10 and 15.
10 and 15.
Well, I can start at 14, but point being in 15, it says Judges 10 and 14 says, "Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of tribulation." Why? Because if you read up, the Lord was listening to all the different nations we had went into captivity with, and he delivered us out of those nations, right? But every time he delivered us out, after a while, we'll do good for a little while, but then we'll turn right back into what we were doing beforehand, right? So the Lord had got tired of going through this process with us, man, because we just kept going off. So he told all those ones, you want to go off? All right, go serve those nations and go serve those gods, because you're going to realize that there are no gods. Yeah. But verse 15
showed no zeal.
Yep.
They didn't have a zeal, man. Israel got comfortable. What?
Verse 15 being the point, it says, "And the children of Israel said unto the Lord," now knowing this is only the 1/3, It says, we have sinned. Do thou unto us whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Deliver us only, we pray thee, this day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's what the Lord is doing now. When we said, do thou to us whatever seemeth good, that means no matter what situation the Lord is going to bring us through, hey, we're going to take bear our cross, because we know that we sin. All we're asking is that throughout all of these different things that the Lord is bringing us through, in the end, just deliver us, fight for us, right? And Lord willing, we be of that number. The Lord is He's gonna uphold His end of the bargain regardless. But Lord willing, we be partakers of it.
Regardless, baby. Regardless. Absolutely. I was gonna say grab Matthew 7 and
13. Enter at the straight gate.
Yep. The milk, baby.
Yep.
So this is what you have to first learn when you come into the truth, and it's still relevant. It's going to be relevant until the Lord come back, man. All the milk is relevant in order to grow.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says Matthew 7 and 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, but wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Yep.
And many there be which go therein at.
Yeah. And the straight gate is the positions of difficulties that we must endure.
Yep.
We must endure these positions of difficulties because the Lord wants us to be men of gold. He wants us to be better. As long as you're getting better, you can make mistakes every day. But as long as you're not making the same mistake and you're getting better, the Lord is looking at you like a man of gold because you're getting better. You're going to be in the flesh your whole life until the Lord come back. So you're going to make mistakes. But your objective is to offend less. You know?
If our man says a righteous man falls 7 times, but he gets back up.
You
have to have the mindset of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You're going to take that step back, but you have to understand that you took 2 steps forward, so you're still making progress.
You're still making progress. You cannot, and now I will say, Satan's job is to sift you.
Yeah.
Satan's job is to allow you to sow discord within you, to prove who are those that are not Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and who are those that belong to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Our job is to have the characteristics of those that belong to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And easier said than done, but if you don't do the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, then you're none of His. You know, if you need help, then you got to call for support. If you need assistance, you have to let people know. You have to let your allies know that you need support. You know?
That's the beauty of the brotherhood. That's the beauty of the scriptures, man, because the Lord was tried. He went through His hour of temptation. Right.
And He called the brothers. He's like, tarry with me a little while.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right. He tried the Lord. The Lord fought with what? Scripture. He said, do you not know that man did not live off bread alone, but by every word of the living power, roughly paraphrasing?
Absolutely.
Right. So we have to do the same thing, man. We have to call upon our brothers, man. We have to call upon the Lord to help us in our hour of temptation, man. And through all the different testing that we're going through.
Yep.
Verse.
Read the next verse and then we can get that.
Yep.
Get that. What's the name?
Matthew 7 and 14. It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
And few there be that find it. We want to be part of that few. Grab Sirach 2 and we'll close up with that. You get 2 and 1 through 5.
Give me 1 second. I gotta switch Bibles.
2 and 1 through 10, I think.
Sirach, Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Yeah, man, it's the same thing. You got to go through the sufferings of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Yep. Prepare your soul for temptation. This is the first thing you have to do, because going through temptation will prove to yourself who you are. It will prove it to the Lord, too. The Lord already know who you are. But it'll manifest. Go ahead.
When the Lion King, he said, you don't know who you are.
You don't even know who you are. You know?
And that's the truth, man. You've been in this world so long, you have a perceived notion of you think who you are, but that's not who you are. That's what the world made you out to be.
Yeah.
But see, now you have to strip off all of those different things that you gained going through this world, right? And go back to the root, man. That's why it says come back as a newborn babe, desiring the sincere milk, so that you can grow thereby.
Absolutely.
And through this process, you're going to end up learning who you were meant to be, who the Lord always designed you to be.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, because you got to be born again. Shall a man enter into his mother's womb a second time? No. You got to be born again through the Spirit and through water and the truth.
Yep.
You know? You got to be a new man, a new creature. All things are passed away, behold, all things are become new. That's what the temptation does, man. Just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I always say this. Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. You know? when they went into the furnace, they were bound. The only thing that burnt up in that furnace was the men that threw them in, and the thing that was holding them back, the thing that was keeping them bound. That's the whole purpose of the furnace of affliction. It's to burn up all of the things that's keeping you back from being the man that the Lord wants you to be. That's it. You know, that's the only thing. That's the whole purpose of the furnace of affliction. But everybody, you in your own mind, you in your own flesh and your own will and your own this and your own that, that's keeping you back because you want to keep them bounds on.
Yep.
You know, go ahead.
It says verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble.
And make not haste in time of trouble, man. It says, set thy heart aright, meaning what? Be in them scriptures, man. Meditate in the law day and night. When you're going through affliction, you got to meditate day and night, man. Day and night, you got to meditate. You got to keep saying it to yourself. Even if it's just one scripture, you got to keep saying it over and over and over. Go ahead.
It says,
make not haste in time of trouble is too good, too, because you cannot be a busybody. You cannot be erratic. You can't be emotional. Go ahead.
It's mighty because the Lord said account of the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you have sufficient enough to, and pretty much endure to the end. Right? So the Lord already told you that these things were going to happen. So when these things happen, it wasn't saying some strange thing happened to you.
That some strange thing happened to me.
The Lord warned you of these things, man. So don't make haste in the time of trouble, but sit back. And what says, be still and sin not.
Yep.
Right? So it's called ask yourself, what can I learn from this process? What can I learn from the situation the Lord's putting me in?
Absolutely.
And try to apply the scripture the best way see fit.
Fine word it applies.
Con.
Go ahead.
It says verse 2. Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
That last end is what Jacob's trouble, man. JT. Or whenever you're weak. Whenever you get to your last strength, then the Lord always comes through right on time. Mm-hmm. Every single time. Go ahead.
Well, this links up with the Hebrew because it says, though it seemed to be grievous, it yielded the peaceable fruit.
It yielded the peaceable fruit. It seems to be grievous, but you have to have mental fortitude. Mental fortitude breaks through emotion.
Yep.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
They're going to take cheerfully. They're going to, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. What's that lower state? When your countenance is low, when you're tired, when you're anxious, or what the modern term is for anxiety. Go ahead.
It says verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
Gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity, man. And this is the whole point of you going through affliction, for you to be acceptable unto the man that created you. And that's it. And that's it, man. That's it. That's all. You got something?
You say you want to go down to 10?
You just jump to 10 from 5.
All right. It says verse
10.
Yeah. It says verse 10. Look at the generation of old and see. Yeah, no, I gotta read 6 then.
Good.
Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way right and trust in him.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna jump to 10. It says, look at thy generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord? It was confounded.
Yep.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? For whom did he ever despise that called upon him? All right, so you got it.
Break it down.
If you ever do the test, man, who is fallen trusting in the Lord? Who has been forsaken that has actually done the things that the Lord finds pleasing? Right? So if you do these things and you follow and seek the old path, you're gonna find good success. In the book of Proverbs, it says, what's it called? If you let me get it. I don't want to.
No, you good. What you got?
Because it says, shall order thy steps aright.
Proverbs.
It says, Proverbs 4 and 10, it says, hear, O my son, and receive the sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. Have taught thee in the way of wisdom, I have led thee in the right paths. Right? So when you seek those old paths, these are the paths that are going to lead you all right, man. This is that straight gate. Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but once you get through it, what they say, the best way, you can't go around it, you have to go through it. It may be dangerous, but on the other end, that's the kingdom of heaven, man. So it's the same thing. We have to go through this path that the Lord has set up. Every man has their own designated walk. But see, we're lucky enough to have brothers to help us throughout these walks with each other, man. And we have the Spirit. Right? It says, when thou goest, thy steps shall not be straightened. And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction and let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Mm-hmm. Right? So if we go back to 10.
She is your life. That she is the wisdom.
Yep.
The wisdom of the life is the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
It
Back
says,
verse 10.
yep, back in verse 10, it says, look at the generation old and see did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded.
Mhm.
Right? So if you trust in the Lord and you go back to what we just read in Proverbs 4, this is the way, man. This is the instruction to actually help you get everlasting life, man. Because when you trust and lean upon your own understanding, look where we ended up.
Mhm.
Look at the situation you're in now. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you saw for yourself? But see, the man of the Lord always understood that what? It was more to life than just being a servant. It was more to life than just working a 9 to 5.
Oh,
it was
Lord.
more to life than anything that's been around you, living in apartments and shit.
Bro.
Right? So now that the Lord has quickened us, we're seeking that old path. The Lord has washed us with the Spirit, man, and He's brought us to the light now. So now being sober-minded, these are the things that we have to do. Right? So this is why it's strange to us, man. This is why when we go through all these different things, we count it all joy.
Yep. You
Right?
got a new job. Like your brother said, you ain't doing all those things that you was doing before. Now your calling is sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a new future to look forward to, and everybody ain't gonna see it. You know, most people not gonna see it. To be honest, only ones that gonna see it is the brothers.
Yep.
That was it?
I got one more I can end off on.
What you got?
John 16:33.
John
16:33.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
John 16:33, it says, these things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace in the world. You shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world.
Woo, be of good cheer because it's possible. He let us know that it was possible. Like, look, man, it's possible. I know it may seem hard. Just because it's hard, don't mean it's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
That's why I love, even though it's a carnal movie, Avengers. He said, how many times did you look through the different pretty much dimensions?
Yeah.
He said, look through every one. And how many times did it come through? Only in one. Right? So it's a way. It might not be the way that you think it's going to be.
Yeah, they had hope.
Yep. And they was able to make it through it. So the Lord he was the trailblazer. He showed us that it's possible to walk the perfect walk. Now we understand that we're in the chains of darkness and that we're going to fall. But don't lose hope, man. Continue to trust in the Lord, and I promise He's going to come in. It says, strive to the truth unto death, and He shall fight for thee.
He shall fight for thee, baby.
Right? He's going to give you a crown of life if you endure to the end.
Yep.
That's all I had.
Well, with that, man, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect of Israel, to strengthen the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Till next time, we go to Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.